Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We are here and we are live. We are getting set for another massive midweek as ever. We are here for a wee bit of midweek deadline drama. We're here to preview not just a wee bit of Celtic action, not Europe, but we have the Premier League in full effect, and we've got a full roster, of course, across the SPFL, and there's maybe some other bits and pieces. There's a wee small matter of a few games in La Liga involving some of the bigger clubs and all the rest of it, so plenty to get stuck into. Fist bumps to everyone on arrival, and I'm right in the winter gear today. I've been running about like a madman this morning, getting everything all done and dusted. I thought, let's wear my hat, let's wear the Halloween shirt, and let's get all the luck that we can into the stream today as we come to build the teams, because we'll go through all the predicted 11s that we can find on Sorare Inside and anywhere else, and build some lineups and all the rest of it, which is all good crack. But we've had winter has been revealed to us from Sorare. We had a stream yesterday going through that. Feel free to check it out if you want a kind of step walk through of how the system's going to run out for the bonuses and the giveaways and all the rest of it. I'm kind of chewing over the fact, maybe spinning my wheel. I've got freebie tickets there with you guys today. If we get the luck up, I think I might do that. So we've got a bunch of you joining us live and loud. Can we get to 67 likes? If we do, I'll wheel spin. I'll wheel spin on 67. But yeah, without any further ado, sorry everyone, where are my manners? Here's the screen here. I was actually just clicking around with this before we came on, having a wee look at how we got on at the weekend with the streaks and doing my wee daily missions and all that good stuff. But we'll catch up with that in due course, because we are hurtling towards the deadline. We'll start off with the Premier League. As I refreshed it before coming on, we actually had take my hat off now for dramatic effect there. The latest updates, 4 minutes ago we had one fresh off the presses. Man United versus West Ham. Big game for both. Joshua Zirkzee. Now, I actually pulled this guy at common as like a tier 3 or something. Like, he has fell off the radar. But this is a front 3, by the way. This could be something that's interesting. Let's see how that shakes out. Casemiro's after a new contract, or they're after trying to give him a new contract by all accounts. And then West Ham, obviously no Paqueta. Shock. Shock horror. Wolves was updated 32 minutes ago, Forest 10 minutes ago. So 2 teams here. I don't think no and Doy is a bit of a pain for me, but okay. And Wolves, Agbadu, is he not a defender? I guess that they're saying if he plays, is it that he's playing? Is he playing up front? Can someone confirm? Is Agbadu playing up front? This can't be real. I've got a feeling it's if he plays they change formation, and if he doesn't play it's Wang. But I don't know. I don't know how to read that. Guys, someone give me the scoop on that. Newcastle Tottenham, this is Newcastle stacks, man. Clicking their fingers, flexing their muscles, stretching their limbs, and getting ready to go for this one. Oh yeah, this could be good. This could be good for the Newcastle boys. Tottenham limping from bad to worse. All the Ange Postecoglou quotes are coming out across my timeline. I seen a great one from Ange. He said, "One day I'll be replaced by the pragmatist, and you can all revel in it." I thought, what a great quote. You knew it at the time, and here it is, it's getting cashed in now. Agba do. Love it. As a Wolves fan, we might as well put him up there. If he plays, it'll be fine. Yeah, I figured that would be it. Ajax 1-0. Do we want that? Do we want that? I've tried to move my curtains so I wouldn't get done by the sun. 2 seconds. But the sun has done me again. Jumping, Jimmy's. Randall Cole Muani leading the line here. Odebert. I really like the Tottenham team, like how it looks, but it's not really clicking, is it? I suppose it's probably the easy way to skip by them. Brighton and Villa. Tielemans is back. Boobs is at it. Ollie Watkins, McGinn's living his best life as well at the moment, but Brighton quietly under the radar have ascended up the table. De Kuiper, left winger. That could be an unreal defender card. That could be unreal if that's the way it's going to be lining up. Yeah. What does Unlimited look like? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to be against Cash and McGinn this side of the pitch here. Yeah, watch out for the Kuiper. MDC. MDC is in the building. I don't know how that game's going to go, but the Kuiper feels like a really interesting card. L1550, if that means anything to anyone as well. Great defender play potentially. Not really looking for a clean sheet with a guy like that, but the amount of final third presence he's going to have on his AA is going to be wild. Man City, Fulham. Fulham, like, again, I'm very quick to kind of say that they're quite, they don't really have teeth. They maybe don't have much about them, but man, you can't really fault them. They are quietly just really effective Premier League team, aren't they? In terms of all the individual pieces of the machine here. But City really look to have turned up, having two midfielders at fullback, and then the likes of Cherki, Doku, Foden, and Bernie Silva in support of Haaland. And Haaland's in full robot mode. It's hopefully it's a big one for City. I've got a bit of a stack out of this, as you can tell, probably with some of the familiar names and faces. Away to Fulham won't be easy, but Fulham play open enough where City could do well. And if they play deep enough, guys like Doku and Cherki will get lots of dribbles off, Bournemouth Everton, good luck picking out this one. Could be really good for Bournemouth defence because, again, like Everton's problem is scoring goals, sadly for them. Is Everton defence worth backing? Maybe a bit. Like, again, Bournemouth are definitely capable of scoring goals, right? But they're not unstoppable. That's probably the way I would put it, I think Everton's best chance here is a draw, or Magic shows up, in this front line here in support of the absentee forward position that they've kind of got at the moment, or Barry actually steps up for once. I think this is a good Bournemouth stack potentially. Liverpool take on Sunderland. Liverpool threatening to bounce back. Wirtz into the number 10. Soboslai into right back. Still Kirkes over Robbo, man. What are you doing, Arnie Slot? And that Sunderland are going to go to Anfield midweek under the floodlights. This is a huge test of metal. This is a huge test of, what are your credentials. Brobby looking to start is kind of nice for me because I've got one of his cards. But I'm not a Brobby fan. I like Isidore a lot more. I've not seen Sunderland over the last couple of weeks. I watched them quite a lot at the very beginning of the season, so I can't really say much on it beyond just my thoughts there. But the defence, Ballard, Mukiele, AA machines. Isak, I know he scored or whatever. If people are saying he's back or he's arrived, I like the thought of Wirtz being in this team. Liverpool could pop, but one thing is they will be attacking, and this Sunderland defence is going to have AA opportunities out the whoozah. Triples, doubles, clearances, and all the rest of it. So, there's maybe something to be said for that. If you've got the Sunderland stack, you're playing it. I think, with just let's go for it. They need to win the game, obviously, or do well to get you over the line, SO5 wise, but you get what I'm saying, I suppose. Leeds with Nameka, 3 goals in 3 games. Big Lucas has arrived. Him and DCL, sorry, I beg your pardon. Computer game chat came out on me there. 2 big target men, and they're going 3-5-2. Fair play to them. They're at home to Chelsea, and maybe this is a game Chelsea could really turn up and smash in. I really like their midfield 3. I'm a big fan of Nameka, as you guys know. The defence can be alright. The keeper, I don't know. This is a weird one, man. Chelsea are a weird team. Look really strong. Palmer is probably back, it looks like. Estevao, no Neto. I think he's a big miss, isn't he? He's been the best player so far this season. JP hasn't really turned up yet. Arsenal-Brentford looks like a smash fixture as well. But again, I'm very quick to write Brentford off, and they're in mid-table or so, But Eminem up front here. Now, I was watching Nep before coming on, and he was picking Gyökeres everywhere. Or Gyökeres, or whatever you might say his name is. Probably isn't fit enough to start. I dropped Marino on the base of Nep was playing Gyökeres over him, so take that with a pinch of salt. Mosquera, Hinchapi, Ricardo Calafiore, and Tiwi here. big Essex boy Ben White in at right back. Strong team. And if they're going 5 at the back, I know the wing backs here get let off the leash and are allowed to fly up the pitch. Yeah, Ayer loves to go for a walk as well. But yeah, I think this looks great for Arsenal defensively. And it's a case of like catching the decisives with Arsenal up front, isn't it? So that's the trick. You don't really know who the main DA machines are. It's kind of all over the place, isn't it? Burnley Palace, good one for Palace. Very good one for Palace. Kamada in an attack position. I really like the thought of that. Will Hughes and Adam Wharton back together in midfield. Yeah, Palace look really good. Again, I've not seen too much of Burnley. I'm not even too up on their actual situation, but the team's been quite consistent, and they've got a high level like of squad. Like, I'm not saying they're like they should be winning the league or anything, but they're not pushovers. They're not like who did we see last year? Like Ipswich. Like the team was just way below the mark, wasn't it? Burnley aren't really like that. So yeah, really good one. I like Mateta away from home. I think away from home teams like Palace is the games they can explode in because there's just a bit more AA available for them. That's the Premier League. Really good fixture. Now, this is the second match day of the Duo Connect. So if you're brand new to Sorare or you're brand new to Sorare Premier League, there is a link in the description of the video on YouTube and it should be on Twitch, but I don't really know how Twitch works too much. And you can team up with me. And if my team and your team both hit 380 points, then you get $50, I get $10. It's on for 3 game weeks. The first game week was the weekend. The second game week is this midweek that we're about to go into. And the last game week for that opportunity is the weekend. So you can have 3 bites at the cherry. Obviously one's gone, so you've now got 2 bites of the cherry available. And then if you miss it for the midweek, maybe you get involved for the weekend, you've got 1 chance at it. Benny, I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying? Like you kept a lot of your squad, didn't you? I think, and maybe not Delap and Moot. But you know what I mean? Like Ipswich, there was somebody else as well. Like somebody came up and just went down, I kind of expected that to be Brentford this year, but it wasn't. Now, I've got a team in D1, right? So this is the Road to Glory team that we've been running on the channel since the beginning of the Premier League season. We spent about 250 at the beginning-ish of the season. We kind of spread out over the first month or so, this roster of cards, and we've been doing pretty well. We've not been doing excellent. We've had some nice little wins, but the combos have been the Achilles heel. I think I like Lamans at home to West Ham. In principle, I just think like that's probably the best goalkeeper choice I've got there. Between Pickford away to Bournemouth, like Pickford probably won't concede that many because Everton will be defending like mad, and Roofs like against Liverpool, I can't really ask for much more than a 46, can I? So I can't really pick him in my first team. So I'm looking at Lamans at home, clean sheet capable. Obviously he's not done it yet for Man United, so his first clean sheet is something we're thinking about. And let's look at that West Ham team again. Let's hit refresh. I'll check on Celtic and everything in a second. We still have a wee bit of Spain to peek at. But I just want to try and keep this a wee bit concurrent with the Premier League kind of angle on it. We've had some updates on some teams since we've been around, so just double checking Liverpool here. I'm not sure there's anything changed here on screen. Looking at Sunderland as well. And Arsenal. A quick change. Is that Odegaard? I think that might have been Eze first time around. I might be wrong. Anyway, so defence, I really like Truefair in my first team because again I think at home to Everton is a really good game for him, and if you look at Truefair for Bournemouth and at home, I love these filters by the way. Last game 54 against West Ham, 85 against Forest without a decisive, 72 Fulham, 59 Newcastle, 53 Wolves. There is a wee 25 there against Brighton. But literally, is every home game in the Premier League he's had 53 or more. An attacking wing back, I fancy him to be the guy. I'm picking him on that kind of basis. We've got Forest playing Wolves, which is a good game. I kind of didn't really pay attention to that from my own gallery, if that makes sense. Anderson, Gibbs White, Mario's okay. Gibbs White came off with a knock, but we're expecting him to be ready for selection. Seems to be a quote. Guys are training. Disappointing home loss. Hutchinson and Doyle both made an impact off the bench. Gibbs White barely trained all week and wasn't quite there physically, but still played. I guess that's to the last game. So we could go Gibbs White and Anderson. I've got a Bernie there as well. But I think if we go Elliot Anderson first and foremost, and then I could go classic for the striker. And yeah, I've got Cherokee boy. Or I've got João Pedro. I could use that Nemeka, of course. I could use Igor Jesus anyway. Don't care that he's in season playing Wolves. Just imagine he smashes a few in the back of the net. It's too tempting not to play Cherky because he's an absolute monster. And then just going with the Gibbs White. Former club as well for him. Captain Cherky. Multi-club and Cap 260. That's a great team. That is a great team for D1. I'm really happy for that. The goalkeeper's kind of sketchy, but let's be honest, goalkeepers are all pretty random at the best of time. Ajax's game is currently being replayed, and Gluck has started when he was originally a DNP. If he scores, I'll get the 50. Yes, Kieran on Frankie Kieran. Let's go for the Ajax boys that are still chasing the mission. The second team's been relegated to Division 3, so I need to actually pick the third team second. And I think I'll probably take Pickford. And then I'm looking at Mukiele, Bernie. Yeah, I might go Jesus Nemeka. But we'll go Jesus and then... I'm going to pick Big Lucas. I hope my Chelsea, man. I back him to score 4 out of 4. Big Lucas is the man. He's a finisher. Give him chances. He'll score. And I guess we captain Bernie, just on the basis that he can score more than 3 all around. Not a great team too, but not too bad, not too bad. Now guys, I did say earlier if we got to 67 likes, we would spin the wheel. There's not really 67 of these here on YouTube, and across Twitch, I don't think we really total up to that amount either, as I'm trying to catch it across all platforms here. But if we can smash the like button, get the luck up for all of us as we come into the game week, and I might just spin the wheel because these teams feel quite fun. We can go Rofs, we can go Ronaldo, we can stick Grealish in here with Ndiaye. This isn't actually a bad team 3, but our final man... We're looking at Unal off the bench and Doy off the bench. Christie wasn't on at start, was he? Robbo. Yeah, I might just put Unal in there or in Doy. And Doy's just like... Yeah. I will put Doy in there. That's just a preference thing probably, isn't it? And the Captain Jack. I actually think Team 3 is not too bad. I think the depth we've got here is actually pretty decent. I don't think Team 2 is really Team 2-y, but I really like Team 3 as Team 3. Does that make sense? I don't know. I think it does. But that's our 3 Road to Glory Premier League teams. Going after dual connect missions, I think we should absolutely slay it with the D1 team. And yeah, we've spent like 225 on this outfit. Top prize is 2.5 Gs, so we're in it to win it with a team like this for me. Like, I am optimistic. If we get top 10, I'll be absolutely buzzing. Top 5... We've already made some money off this, some streaks here and there and whatever, but top 5, the whole strategy's paid off for. Boom, lock, stock. And this is maybe one of the opportunities we search for, we reach for. Coming into these game weeks, that's all fun and games. That's kind of all I've got for the Premier League. I had a little bit of Champ Euro, but we can circle back to that later. Because there is a little bit of La Liga. Now we have Athletic Club hosting Real Madrid. This is a lot of the midweek teams that play Champions League or whatever, catching up with games that they've maybe had adjusted in their calendar to kind of ease the fixture pressure across all competitions. But we've got one of the Williamses back. Did you see his like Travella chip that he did? I've never seen anything like it. The ball swerves in like not a terribly unusual way for a chip, but the ball is rotating swerve-wise the complete opposite direction. It is a mind melt optical illusion. You have to see it. Can I maybe go and show you it? Because I think the angle shouldn't be copywritten. It is insane. If you've not seen it, I feel as a disciple of football, I have to show you it. Yeah, this is it. Do we get the replay button? Yeah. Brilliant. I got it on mute? Yeah, I do. Watch this. Can't really see it from that angle, but it starts outside the post and comes in. Oh, you can't. Yeah, that's not the one I'm after. Oh, this is the one. This is the one I'm after. Wait till you see this. Look at that. Boom. How is that? Look at the way it's moving. Look at the way it's moving. That is insane. I can't get over that. Feel free to rewatch that as much as you want, but I think that's kind of my limit. Pushing the boat out there. Anyway, he's in the team. He's back. Berenguer's on the other side. Gurazeta up front. Jurigizer in midfield has been having a good season. I am Eric is back. Him and Vivian. I am Eric and Danny Vivian are back in the team together at centre back, which is banter. And yeah, Rudiger's back. Trent is playing. Rest of the team's quite formidable and quite recognisable. I think I've seen some Neymar advice going to Vinicius, saying like, "Don't be me. Don't go. Like, don't leave. Trying to be the main man. Just get on with it." Ferran Torres over Lewandowski. It's been kind of half confirmed that Lewandowski won't be signing on at Barca, heavily linked to AC Milan in the summer. As things stand at the moment, AC Milan are going through that stage of collecting old guys. They've got Modric. I've seen the link to Sergio Ramos as well. Sergio Ramos is desperately trying to get into a club before the World Cup. Rafinha's back in the building. Olmo's back in the building. And Lamine, the boy Yamal, continues to set the world alight. Eric Garcia into CDM. Could be a huge defender pick this weekend. Or this midweek, I beg your pardon. In there with Pedri. This will be a really fun exchange between both these teams. Simeone, like, this Atletico Madrid is in a really good place right now. Pubil looks to be coming in at right back now. It's kind of cementing that place in the absence of the injured Llorente. Thiago Almada's, wow, first time I've seen his name on screen, I think, here. But Baena and Spider-Man, I've got the link. And with Nico and Julian flying on the wings, this will be, you know how they're going to try and target Barca, you know, so, you know, no one, who knows how those games are going to go. Both of them, in fact, very, very open, I would say. Then we have the SPFL, the Scottish Premiership. So the first game that's up here is we've got Dundee United taking on Rangers. Dundee United started the season strong, but I think they've kind of fallen away a little bit, struggling to score goals, if memory serves me right. Teams are on screen here. Not really much to say about Rangers, to be honest. Yeah, kind of whatever. Falkirk take on Motherwell. Motherwell are the budget stack of the season, I think, aren't they? I know Hearts have been like super like prolific, and they were kind of cheap pre-season, I suppose, but they weren't. By cheap, they probably just didn't have the Celtic Rangers premium on them. Whereas Motherwell were bargain basement beginning of the season. Falkirk not too dissimilar. They've got some okay scorers themselves, so this will be an interesting football match. But I think for a lot of people out there, it's all eyes on just Maswinise, Watt, McGinn, Welsh, Longello. These guys are all very popular cards. Even Slattery comes into the mix as well. So watch out for Motherwell stacks on the leaderboard. Falkirk will give them a good game. I'm not saying Motherwell will run away with this, far from it. But I think it'll be a good match for AA. I think there'll be a lot of high scores in that match for both teams potentially. If that's a 2-each draw, you could be onto a good thing. Minus the goalkeepers. Celtic against Dundee. I had a wee chat with McBride about this yesterday, and I actually seen, right before we came on to this today, the Celtic released the training pictures, and I don't think we've had anything else out yet. We normally get a wee training session on YouTube later on, but Kobe Donovan, Marcello Sarace, in training, A-OK, no issues at all, ready to go. So I think Ralston Donovan's really 50-50. I think Tierney Sarace is really 50-50. And with the quote Martin O'Neill gave about Tierney and his heel and his big toe, I wouldn't be surprised if he started Sarace and Donovan. I think it's a real coin toss at fullback. The rest of the team, it's very hard to see why Martin O'Neill would change anyone. If he does change anyone, it would probably be Negren for McKibben. But I don't think he does. I think everything stays the same. It's only really the fullbacks that are movable, I think, here. So they're the ones to watch for the most part. Celtic at home, midweek in the league, have won every game forever, basically. Like, we've not won in not won in forever. So we're always good in these situations. It's Martin O'Neill's last game as well. It's under the floodlights, yada yada. You know the script, you know the story, and it's going to happen for us. Braga's on a 3-way 50-50 with Spittle and Kabore. I think there's maybe another contentious spot in defence somewhere, but Hearts quite set up. Kilmarnock, Derek McInnes' former team. He'll know this team very, very well. They're not doing well themselves, it must be said. They are weaker than when McInnes was in charge. Hearts need the win here. This is a pressure match for Hearts. The points have dropped. Drawn with St Mirren, drawn with Motherwell, and I forget who beat them or whatever happened. But a lot of the points have dropped. You can't, okay, fine. No, those points get dropped. But this is a game they need to win. Make no mistake about it. I'm expecting a big turnout from Shankland in this one. Your Cammy Devlins, the defensive stack is probably going to be quite solid. They're going to get a lot of possession. So, yeah, again, watch out for Hearts on the leaderboard with this one. And then we have Aberdeen St Mirren. Now, a wee bit of a 50-50 between Armbom and Kiskanen on this side of the pitch here, but I think the rest of the team kind of does pick itself at this stage. Jesper Karlsson hasn't really hit the heights yet. This is a strong opposition, but for Aberdeen and St Mirren, who give as good as they get. Killian Phillips, former club, dimension into this match. And this will be a tough game to call. Really tough. Anything else to have a wee scout through quickly? There's a few games in Mexico. We'll just click on them quickly. Martial, Sergio Ramos, the aforementioned. This is playoffs, I think, for them, isn't it? They're taking on Toluca. Don't really know any of those guys. Paulinho, former of Sporting Lisbon. And then we've got Cruz Azul taking on Tigres. Paradella's in this team. Piovi's in this team. And they take on Diego Lainez. His outfit, Angel Correa. I need to get one of him. Oh yeah, there's definitely a fun stack to be had. Wow, we can almost have the full team. Marco Farfan? What? Brunetta? How did I not know this, by the way? What? Gorarian? What? This is a beast stack. I bet they don't score that well, sadly. I want to go check that out, by the way. I didn't know they had so many rippers. Five now, they beat Tijuana. Right, come on. They score alright, I guess, don't they? It's kind of what you want. 5-0, get 100 out of it. A 98, a 70, an 81. Would you have picked that team? I don't know about this Garza guy, if you'd have picked him. Brunetta, Lainez, Correa. Yeah, most of the good guys scored alright. Guignac, maybe not. He's playing midfield, that's hilarious. Let's see another game. I'm thinking like SO7 as well, a 3-0 win. A 3-0 loss, sorry. 3-1 win here. Could you kind of get... You could maybe get a bit of an SO7 out of it. Just curious. Excuse me for the little tangent here. We've got a wee bit of Brazil. I say a wee bit, there's a fair amount there. I'll have a quick click at it for you. Brunetta has been great as always. Yeah, he's cheat code, isn't he? Sao Paulo taking on Internacional. And I think this is getting to the business end of the Brazilian league. I want to see this because I've got Neymar in a big team and I just want to double check he's here. Acevedo continues to play for Bahia. Didn't manage to get a team for me this week or this midweek. But Neymar played through the pain, like Harry said. He told us he'd read, and got 100 on Friday night. So he's trying to save the team from relegation. They're playing another team at the bottom end of the table, big 6-pointer. Expecting another hundo from Neymar. Willian, oh that's cool. Christian Pavon, Artelo Melo. This is a fun wee team as well for Gremio. And I seen that thereafter is a Hulk, maybe. Thiago Silva's team, Lucho Acosta, Everaldo. Again, the Brazilian teams are always so fun to look at, man. Vasco de Coutinho, Cuesta. Yeah, the Brazilian league's good fun these days, isn't it? SO5 wise, or SO7. That's kind of, is there really a 7 here you could pick on? Maybe for the league you could get like a 7 across the league, but then having them all on good matches and such is kind of hard, isn't it? Samuel Lino, I think he's been rinsing it there, hasn't he? De La Cruz might be going back to River. So they just won Copa Libertadores, Flamengo. I've seen the pictures on my timeline this morning or yesterday, I think. Congratulations to those boys. Fortaleza and Corinthians. Yeah, we recognise some of these guys, but none of them are particularly interesting, are they? And then we've got Mineiro Palmeiras. Victor Roque rinsing it. Andy P in midfield, along with Bruno Fuchs. Hulk and Dudu. And that is Brazil. Oh, a wee bit of Austria. We've got Sturm Graz against Tyrol. in case you want it. There you go. Thoughts on Evan Nielsen for Bournemouth? Yeah, he's good. I like him. And against Everton, that's the sort of team where he'll probably thrive against a team like that. Yeah, I think Evan Nielsen's a strong forward option this midweek. We like Bournemouth, and I like the profile of the match and stuff. I think that's a good one. I think that's a win. So yeah, Premier League set. Now with Celtic, I've went with a few different options. So my first team, I've dusted them off the shelf. Defender classic Hatate. So I've managed to play the full Celtic midfield basically of Hatate, McGregor, Engels, and played my Dyson in here. So D1, we're going for it, man. We are punching. Let's just check what the leaderboard looks like. 500 quid at the top, which is nice. Bit of essence, which is nice as well. So let's hope we smash that. It looks like we're busting the streak. We're not going to have that. Team 2 is actually this team here, which is called Reserves, which, whatever. I'm not going to change it around. But Trusty, safe. Hatate, safe. Yang, pretty safe. I don't see him getting dropped for Tuneke. Not impossible. I don't see it. Same with McKeown. Again, I don't see it. So I captained McKeown. And then in this team, I went with Welsh because he's nailed. Armstrong's pretty safe enough. Classic Hatate forward, and then ended up using the Gren in here just to fill it out. Again, the Gren starts, he comes off the bench. This team will be fine, won't it? And then the last rare team I had is getting relegated to D3 anyway, and I didn't really have many options left, so I went with Sorare and Donovan, just back the fullbacks I think will play. Fadinger will play, Tuneke will come off the bench at the least, and yeah, like whatever with this team. I've then got a limited team of Bernardo in midfield, who's if he maybe comes off the bench, maybe, but probably doesn't. Braga probably doesn't start, so this team's kind of throwaway-ish, isn't it? And then this team is throwaway-ish because if I think it's going to be Sorare and Donovan, then playing Tierney and Ralston is just a handcuff back here, basically. With Iheanacho yet to return from the bench. He's been on the bench the last 2 games, and Agu has been out injured. I don't have any midfield depth. If I had a wee bit of crumbs in my wallet, in my pocket money fund, I would buy a midfielder and probably just make this feel a little bit better. But I think for the in-season, I've kind of just went with, double barrel shotgun with this team here. Try and get all the mids in the team if we can. And with the second team, which I'm going to swap around what team it is because it is going to annoy me. Schmeichel, Trusty, Hatate, Yang, McKeown, Captain McKeown. And then for the reserves, we can pick those other guys. Mitov, Welshie, Armbomb, Hatate, and Nygren. Captain Hatate. Yeah, I've not got any, I literally don't have any other midfielder. Maybe I do. Maybe I have, James Forrest, who I think has also got, a hamstring injury or something. But, yeah, I've got nobody else. That's where my depth is at in midfield. It's right stretched out, so yeah, I know he's probably going to DNP. Bernardo's probably going to DNP as well. It's kind of part of my point and problem. Which then also led me to think, maybe I take Keelan Adams and Ferry. And I swap them with Sorare and Donovan. Because I know that they will play. And this is rare. But then I'm kind of like, if Sorare and Donovan do play, I kind of want them in rare. Spanner works when GSP starts. Yeah, that could happen. That could happen. I really don't think so, but fair, it could happen. So I tried to cover all my options there. Tried to go with, yeah, there we go. It's visually much easier to see here. Both these first 2 teams I'm really confident with. If McKeown doesn't start, it's cause of Negren. And then this team becomes a lot more interesting. Even with Negren off the bench, he's probably the best option for this team anyway. Because the rest of my in-seasons that are on this page, I can't really rely upon to the same extent. So yeah, and then equally what I've built out of this, we've got both sets of fullbacks covered. We don't have any midfield depth, and we've got backup strikers. So it is what it is, you know. Let it roll. I've got a champ squad I'm very excited for. We've got a Man City core here: Guardiola, Doku, Cherki, a bit of side piece Arsenal, Mosquera and Zubimendi, and I went with Wirtz on this one. I thought if Wirtz is going to come back midweek, I don't know. I fancy Wirtz in the team. It makes the team look more formidable. It's a D1 team. I think I'll need some of that punching power. I could play Soboslai, but I ended up keeping Soboslai for D1 All-Star to be like my non-Celtic team with Neymar and Rafinha and such. And then every other team is like a Celtic team. So I've went in D1, double centre-back, Scales and Trusty, triple midfield, and then Dyson. We've got 4 seasons of cards on show, which is lovely. And then the B team, which is in the Division 2, I've went with the fullbacks. I've went Donovan Sarachi again, and then I've went double midfield, but I had Tate and McKeown, so I've went with the 2 more attacking mids, and I've went double forward. So if I get the fullbacks right, I'll have the fullbacks, the attacking mids, and the strikers. This feels like the most attacking SO7 I could build, and it's probably risk of it. So if you look at those 2 teams, that's a nice kind of A and a B. The consistencies are Maeda and Hatate really throughout. We do have a lot of McGregors on show. And then I've got a third rare team where I've kind of ran out of reliable defenders, and I've just went Scales definitely plays, Welsh definitely plays. We went with that triple midfield and Dyson again, just to try and get us out of D2. We've got this team essentially in D1, and then we have another version of it in D2 with less XP, different goalkeeper, different defender kind of thing. And then I'm able to make a limited team where I've went with Ralston and Tierney once more. I've went with McGregor and McKeown, and Negren has been my last forward. And what I've realised at this stage, right, is I've got Spare, Welsh, Ralston, Yang, and Maeda all in my vault. And I run out here. I should be able to play another Yang and Maeda dead easy, but I can't because I vaulted them like a tit. So, you know, I'm kind of maybe relearning what I want to think about vaulted Celtic cards. McGinn's a fine play. Will we check on anyone better? I just kind of put him in for fun. Negren, again, could I maybe play somebody else? Yeah, I could play like João Pedro or somebody else for a bit more. Because this is like a giveaway team essentially. Is there any better defender options? We could play O'Brien, Bernabe. Yeah, not really. Yeah, maybe drop McGinn for Pedro, unless we see better up. Yeah, we can still get Grealish unused. Bruno Guimaraes. Bernardo unused. I think Celtic smash. It's a forward. If we had another forward, I don't mind dropping Negren. Yeah, okay, just drop Negren for Pedro. We'll keep We'll keep all this because I don't think we've got much of a choice around it. And then is McGinn the best last man? We've got McGinn away to Brighton in form. Grealish away to Bournemouth not in form. Bruno G at home to Spurs. Yeah. Aranguiz as well is on to play at home to first in the table. Big match. He's the sort of guy that shows up in those types of ones. We have a Ferran. We have an Eminem. Slim Shady. Still got Bernie. But it was Bernie that kind of got me interested in looking at this, so I think we'll take Bernie away to Fulham. We've already got a Captain McKeown. I'll maybe go Captain KT on this one. Just could be a good pickup. Yeah, I see I've not got any pocket money sitting, and it's for like the last team, you know, so I'm not... and I did need to check myself on that, because I've got the depth for like the weekend to make sure this is kind of like an even further deeper... Like, yeah, this won't be an issue again. But for midweek SPFL, this is maybe a wee glimpse into Christmas a wee bit. So maybe 1 to 2 more midfielders, and then that's me done. So yeah, quite like this team. We made an alteration somewhere, but I really like Olmo, Soboslai, Neymar, Rafinha as a front four. And as you can see with the defenders, yeah. Like I should have another Ralston or two, but again, they're all in the vault. I should have another Welsh or two, but they're all in the vault. And then, yeah, we've got an all-star common team, but I guess we can play a common Prem team as well. I think I've run out of goalkeepers at this stage, but I'll double check what is available for this championship thingy. Just to see. Oh yeah, I've still got a rare keeper, McCracken, who's playing against Celtic. I don't know if I maybe want to just throw it into this. Is it? It's December now, isn't it? It's a new month. So maybe we do that. We just throw him, Bernabe, Bruno. It's between Broby and Negren. Maybe just put Negren in. And then Grealish. Hey, why not? Why not, eh? But we've got Premier League common to hustle. Then I'll spin my wheel. There's a bunchies here. We'll do a wee bit of wheel spinning, see what I get off it. But you guys need to get the luck up for me. Come on. You need to get the luck up. Help me out here. Right, so the best fixtures in the Premier League were... What goalkeeper do we want? If we could pick any goalkeeper... Oh, good question. Yeah, I like Raya. Yeah, I think if we can have any keeper, we want Raya. Do I have Raya? I've maybe used him in those all-star teams. Yeah. Oh yeah. I built this team and put Yamal in it. But that's 1,000 essence, and I think that's just like all-star. Does it matter even with the... Can you craft with commons? No, you can't. Yeah, so the actual where the essence come from doesn't mean anything. I deleted that team anyway. Let's do the Premier League. Oh, we've got streaks. That's what we've got. Premier League streaks. Aye, that's why it's important. Aye, so we want Raya. Best defender. Best defender. I like Josko. I'm very biased. I like this game for Josko. I think we want a guy at home if we can. By the way, maybe Truffert is the shout. Yeah, I like Truffert. Oh no! It was De Kuiper. It was De Kuiper. Let's go see. Imagine I didn't have a De Kuiper common. Right, midfield. Who do we think's going to rinse? Yeah, Elliot Anderson. We've got two of them at 13%. That's weird. Okay. Up front. Yeah, we want Cherky's a mid. We kind of want Haaland, but I've not got Haaland. Oh, Walter Mada against Spurs. We've got Savios. I think I've got Doku. Yeah, is Doku the spike? I think Doku. Yeah, we've got Doku. Yeah, Doku's the spike. And then the last man, it should be by merit, Soboslai, shouldn't it? So yeah, let's do that. This is unreal. And I think home set pieces, etc. I think I would pick Soboslai for captain. Second team. I only have one Raya, don't I? Let's go Petrovic. Do we have a Petrovic? We do. What's the highest XP one? He's at 11. Let's take Truth. Trufair, we've got one at 11%. And then, yeah, man, I don't care. Let's go with another Elliot Anderson. And then I want to take Walter Mada. I don't know if I'm just getting moth to the light here with this, but I've got a 13%er. I suppose his AA is not that good, is it? I don't know, I just think at home to Spurs, St James's Park. Oh, Pino against Burnley. I'm kind of taking a hunchy striker element here. Eva Nielsen, we mentioned before. Wish I had a common Haaland. Yeah, I think Walkermad at home at Tottenham's a pretty... And then we've got our Szoboszlai. Maybe just do that. Don't overthink it. Captain Anderson on this one. No problem, Charlie. My pleasure. Common champion? No, we don't have common champion. All-star. Common. And we've got Spanish guys and stuff as well, so I'll probably take Courtois in here. I'm not even sure what good Spanish defenders I've got, but there's a Van Dijk I've not used. Fine. I don't mind Bruno. See, I'm not really across all the commons I've got here. Can I maybe filter this like common? Yeah, you can't filter anything else, can you? Like league and stuff, but let's see. We could get a Cherky into a squad. Yeah, why not? Do we have one or more XP? Yeah, we do. 12. Yamal. Oh yeah, Cherky and Yamal need to be in the team. Yeah, this is fun. And then who else do we have that's really fun? I don't think I've got like a Vinny. Do I have an Alvarez? No, I don't think I've... Rafinha, no. Don't think I've got any of these fun Barca guys on this. Yeah, I think like Guller is maybe the next funnest player I've got. Guardiola, Van Dijk, Cherky, Yamal. Feels like a fun team to me. Oh, don't worry, I'm all over the common game modes. I'm very close. I only need like 2 Man City cards to finish the collection. One thing I just wanted to check here, but is my Guardiolas, because again I think I've got 2 there. Have I picked? Yeah, I picked the highest XP one. And then add a new team. We had Courtois there. I think I'll go Courtois again. We know we've got a second Guardiola, so let's just get that in. In midfield, we've got an Arda Güler. We've got Foden we've not used as well. Barca. No commons. So let's go Cherky again. Let's go maybe Cherky Foden. Someone cool up front. Gakpo. Yeah, Foden. This is a weird team, but yeah, just roll with it. Is Haaland in the missions? I just did one recently to get Doku, where you open up so many packs and you get like a high chance at a special pack. Oh, and you go to the market tab for that, don't you? And then I'll spin my wee wheel. I think the teams are all about set. We're about 22 minutes to the deadline. Common packs. Yeah, Doku. I've already done this and I got Doku. Luis Diaz is the Bundesliga one. I've got 2 Harry Kanes now, thanks to doing this. Don't know what possessed me, but I had so much essence. I've not got as much anymore. I'm only down to 3,000. I'll open one for the laughs. But I don't even get to see my collections after these packs. It's so rare I get somebody... Oh, that might be one. Reinders. Oh, it is. Look at that. I'm now on 24 out of 27. Oh, thanks for that. Let's do one more for luck. Thank you very much, Soccer Silverback. That was, wasn't it? Great suggestion. I've got so many Donnarummas, man. I'm sick of the sight of common. Yeah. So we need Haaland and who else do I need? Collections, common, Man City. So I need Nathan Ake. I don't think I can get Kovacic. No, I can. I can get Kovacic. Kovacic is still at City, isn't he? They're just not getting... Yeah. I don't think they're packing these guys because surely I'd have got them by now. And basically, yeah, I just need Haaland. And then we'll be getting some market credits or something, I think, for that, don't we? Not too far away with Forest either. 24 out of 29. Tells you that in the cover, doesn't it? 22 out of 25 for Fulham. 22 out of 27 for Newcastle. You can see I've just kind of drilled into that one pack for the most part. I think in Spain I've not really got much going on, but I did a common mode video on the channel last week, how the Sorare free mode got me bitter or something. It's got a wee clickbaity title, but if you go and check that, you'll see how, like, I just do it 4 minutes every day and I've got a massive ton of cards and yeah, whatever. So I've got 3 wheel spins here. Now, can we see what we can get in it? How we claim ticket, rewards. So regular. Very small chance of a Premier League jersey. Very small chance of some good essence. What's the most... Wow, 25% chance of a miss. And the high chance things are Snow Globe Shuffle clues. Competition clues are the most common things with wee bits of essence. Yeah, there's not really much of a great... This is kind of advent calendar, isn't it? Okay, let's spin it. We've got 3 spins, right? Wish me luck. If you've not done so already, smash the like button. Hey, a wee bit of essence. Okay. Good for you guys. Merry Christmas from Sorare. Right. Give me a big competition clue. That's what I want. Or a big clue. Give me 10 clues or 40 clues or whatever. Competition clue for 4. Such a weird number. Why 4? And another bit of essence. Yay. Well done, you guys. Yeah, not that exciting, is it? Probably not worth stacking or hunting out too much. Beyond getting clues. Your limited team is better than your rare team. What team is that you're talking about? D1872. Your limited team is better than your rare team. It can't be for Challenger. Yeah, you can't mean this team with Bernardo in midfield. Would you play that? Yeah, would you basically swap Braga, Ferry, Adams for those 3 Celtic players? Is that your kind of what you're saying? I can kind of understand that. But D3 rare, I don't think that's as good as D2 limited either, to be quite honest with you. D2 limited, 50 quid at the top. And D3 rare, £40 at the top. If that's what you mean, I don't know. It might mean one of the all-star teams, maybe. Yeah, like this team here. It's maybe better than like the double fullback team because there's just nerves around that. But this is also the double fullback team, but it's just got higher percentages on the cards, so it's kind of the same problem. I mean, common teams for a wee bit of fun. Glad that we remembered them. The deadline for them is a lot longer, so if you've not got the time to do them, it's a good thing to do at your leisure. Just check it later. Still another 3 hours to go on them, for example, but the deadline for everything else is in 17 minutes. Threw a wee championship team out for a bit of banter also. Yeah, we're quite happy with everything, aren't we? Awesome. And then we're flipping ahead to the weekend. Now, I don't normally do this when we do these wee shows. Oh, yeah. So we've got Coliseum. Now, I bought myself a winter Kjaergaard. Now, I was actually a bit pissed off with this yesterday, guys, because it got quite cheap. And I got into the auction quite early, set my max bid. We won it. Lovely card. Beautifully comes into the gallery, I must say, by the way. Very chuffed with how this card looks and how it's turned out. Really glad I bought it. But see, on the auction, these ball bags showed up right at the end. Now look at this. I'm sitting at £16. One guy outbids me, takes me to 19. Fine, right? That happens. I don't care about that. That's kind of right around where he went. But then look at this. In the last like 3 minutes, they took me from 19 up to basically my max bid. If they did me one more time, they would have won the card. So I really felt that they run me up on it. I was a bit pissed off, to be honest. And yeah, there I am there. That wee green dot. Not a bad place to be in the overall chart of Kjaergaard, I suppose, but anyway, so I've got him. Now, I kind of bought him to do the L15 plus 10 thing with, because he's 50, and this weekend, I think he's playing, Blauschweissland's bottom of the table. So it should be an easy win for that streaky thing, shouldn't it? But part of the thing is really what is the best way to use Kjaergaard, because if I do that, I can't play him in a team. What the hell's going on here? Oh yeah, I messed about with it, with this stuff earlier, but we have the Winter Coliseum thing open where you need I would need another 2 of these guys. Now, I'm not against getting them. I'm really not against getting them, because I don't know how cheap Kjaergaard was already. And the thing that I was trying to say on the stream yesterday with Kjaergaard is you need to have that degen list so that when something like this happens, like me getting Kjaergaard, is fine. He is currently injured. I was just checking out some stuff about him the other day before buying him. I'm pretty sure he's coming back into the team, unless you have like insight GV. Like, feel free to sketch me up on this, but I think he was 50-50 for the game at the weekend, and they just, or whatever it was. I expect him to. Do we have weekend predictions, actually? I'm not saying I definitely know he's going to play or anything like that, but the way I kind of looked into it, I think he's returning. I think he'll be back anyway. And imagine he isn't. Maybe do I want to build a team around him? That probably wouldn't be a good idea, would it? And so if I could play this Winter Coliseum, I could do the missions thing, and I think there's another option I've got. Oh yeah, I could just play him with like in my streaks and stuff, and just forget about it, and just think about it as a wee ticket bonus that I got him for, and a cool addition of a card to degen. So I've kind of got like 3 main options here. But I was listening to Nep before coming on, and he was chatting about obviously Celtic Hearts at the weekend, but he said Fenerbahce and Porto had good looking games. So I thought, I wonder, oh yeah, 56% on, away from home. Ederson's looking the part. That's fun. In defence, Porto against Tondela. Yes, bring it on. Bring it on. Yeah, I think I'm going to be doing good at the weekend. Like, yeah, look at Kjaergaard. Such a nice card, man, isn't it? Adds to the whole thing quite nicely as well. Wish I had more animateds. Animateds were really hard to get after the initial furore kind of calmed down, weren't they? But yeah, I'm quite happy. I'm quite buzzing for the weekend. And by the way, guys, it makes this weekend we're coming out of all the more painful, because I was on the 3rd streak in Challenger. I think in Prem was just painful, wasn't it? Spain, 354, we were chasing down 380. A wee bit of bad luck on individual selections, but Bundesliga 355 is just kind of whatever. Eredivisie, we hit the streak, 2nd streak, so I'm on 3rd streak for the weekend, and we hit the Dual Connect thing for everyone that hit that, which was awesome. And we might have some more of them catching in now, but Ajax playing. But look at this for Challenger. I finished on 438 points. Now, I chose Braga on certainty and on kind of differential as much as anything. Now, see, if you look at this, I'm 2 points off of streak 3. I could have literally picked any other striker Signs finished on 40, which was quite bad. Also could have went with Maeda. Negren off the bench did 3 more points than Braga. Dorgales 36, Arkatoglu 43, John Duran 62 off the bench. Yang on 36 with even getting his assist stolen from him. Tuneki off the bench with 35. Even Tuneki off the bench with 4 minutes played would have been a better selection than Braga. And obviously Ian Acho wouldn't have. But I literally could not have picked a worse striker. The rest of the team was fine, it was sound, it really came in. Captain choice, yeah, you could maybe debate that. I don't think it's really much of an argument with Sudakov 73. Bednarek 90, I don't think that was on the tea leaves, was it? But Braga 33. So painful. So I should be going into this midweek on streak 4 and then the weekend streak 5 is the way my life should be rolling. But a wee bit of bad luck, sadly. A wee bit of force majeure against me on this one. It's quite sad. I even tried XPing the cards up in case they would glitch in for me. I'm now thinking, how far away am I from my next percentage on Porto? Oh yeah, I've just clipped into 3. So we're fine for this. Benfica Sporting on Friday as well, yeah. I'll show you again, yeah. We were on it before. Hit refresh in case anything else has came up. Try and catch any DNPs for everyone before we get out of here. Stroomgratz is there if you want to pause it. 5 minutes ago. Oh, Sunderland's been updated. And yeah, I don't really see a change to the team there. Maybe it's an update on notes and options on the bench. So feel free to pause the screen and evaluate it for yourself. But if I don't see it. 6 minutes ago, Tottenham. I think there's maybe a change with Bentancur in here. Maybe not. Can't remember who was in there, to be honest. 9 minutes ago, Brentford. If any of you care about that. No news on Igor Thiago. I see that in the chat. It's been something. You need a Kiwior. Kiwior is the same price as Scales. So if I get to the price of Kiwior, I'm buying Scales. Bednarek was the cheap guy. But you're right. I probably will get Kiwior because he's Polish. Because I can get a Szymanski quite cheap as well at Fenerbahce. I'm mad for it. Villa changed 24 minutes ago. Let's double check that. Maybe it's a percentage change. That looks like the same team to me. And Palace 34 minutes ago. We'll check that as well. Yeah, I don't really see any change there. That's what I might do. I might put a wee Palace batch out somewhere. Maybe that all-star team or something could be fun. Yeah, like this team here. I want to play Kamada. Do I have Kamada? I do. And I want to play Pino. Yes. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Nice. Sardine bar. Ramsdale coming in from the cold and bringing the bonuses with him. That's good to hear. Hope that smashes for you, mate. I can see you doing Tottenham, man. I can see you doing it. De Kuiper. Yeah, this common team is kind of meta for me. I think you want Haaland ideally, but Doku could outscore Haaland, as we know, very easily. I need a common Haaland. Badly. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be about the size of it, guys. Celtic A team, Celtic B team, Kinda safe, punchy team. D3, cross your fingers. Limited, cross your fingers. Throwaway, limited. Hot D1 champ. Yeah. And then Celtic collection flexing everywhere. I really need to unvault everyone that plays that's in those Celtic collections. There's a lesson I'm learning from this. And I probably want to buy another classic Bane just to fill out. I'm really degening my collections at this point. Thanks everyone who tuned in today. I should be live later tonight. I think I'm planning on going live to do some MFL action. We had our one cup game yesterday that we kind of caught on stream. Today we're going to have leagues and cup competition tonight. So I'll probably be live for the cup for the league matches, which for the community team, we'll check, will be centred around the community team. It kicks off at 8:45, so we'll probably go live at like maybe 8:30ish, give or take, and we'll go through some MFL actions for season 10. Thanks to everyone that tuned in today, and be sure to catch up with all the content we've got on the channel. There's been a lot of stuff coming out for strategies, for the winter calendar. Road to Glory stuff will be back on track soon enough. So the high velocity of live streaming recently. And yeah, thanks everyone that tuned in. I'll probably see you tonight for some MFL action. If not, I will have a video out tomorrow maybe or something, or maybe doing a wee live stream, who knows. But yeah, thanks everyone, have a good night. Good luck with rewards and crafting and everything tonight if you got anything from the weekend. Good luck for the midweek, wish me luck, and I'll catch you on the next one. Me and McBride will be live Wednesday on Satara here post Celtic match if you fancy it.
Satara.